Hey friends, what's up? Ash here with Gents. Hope everybody's doing really well. Time for a first impression. Got the new Terre Eau Givree in the mail today. Now lately I've been just busting open the bottles when they come in and spraying them on and doing the first impression later that day when I can. But this time I'm just gonna open it on cam like the old days, spray it on and see how it is. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna show you guys the presentation, open it up, spray it on, and see if it's any good. And I'm hoping it is because I'm a big Terre fan. Let's do it. All right, let's open it up first and take a look at the presentation, shall we? Wow. Let's take a look at the box first and then pull out the bottle. So here we have the box. On the front, you have the name of the fragrance, name of the house, the size and concentration. Mine is a 50 ml bottle, Eau de Parfum concentration. On the side, you have the ingredients and also a little infographic showing you that you can recharge and refill the bottle. On the other side, you have a QR code. On the back of the box, you have a little graphic, which I don't see very often on fragrance boxes, so a little bit different. Up on top, you have the Hermes name, and on the bottom, you have your batch code. Batch code is 12689 punched into the box. Let's go ahead and pull this bottle out. So here we got a look at the bottle. It has a frosted glass effect on the back of the bottle. So when you look through it, it has kind of a frosted look to it, but the front is not actually frosted. Neither are the sides. On one side of the bottle, you have the size, the concentration, all that stuff, as is typical with the Terre bottles. The badge code is etched into the glass on the back of the bottle, and something a little bit different here. The cap clicks into place. So it doesn't have that Terre kind of twist top where you twist it down and then spray. This one has just a standard cap. So this is the new fresh take on Terre. I guess you could think of this as an evolution or a replacement for Terre Eau Fraîche, which is a fragrance that I like very much. I mean, the entire line I like. I like the Eau de Toilette, I like the Parfum, I like the Eau Intense Vetiver, I like all of them. So my expectations here are high, you could say, like really, really high, like Snoop Dogg high. The note breakdown here is really simple, which is something that a lot of fragrance houses are doing right now. It's trendy, it's happening, it's cool. Give them the smallest amount of information as humanly possible. A lot of times they give you just 3 notes, which I think the official note breakdown with this one is 3 notes. Citron, juniper, and Sichuan pepper. I think they officially call it Timur pepper, but it's Sichuan pepper. But then in the description of the fragrance, they also note woods and mineral notes. So I guess 5. All right, enough blibber blabber. Let's go ahead and spray this thing on. I'm hopeful. Here we go. Cap off. Still kind of weird. I'm getting sidetracked. I'll get right back on it, I promise, but it's kind of like Valentino Uomo. That line started off with the built-in atomizer in the top, and then they just switched it to a normal atomizer and cap. So I guess the days of having a different, unique atomizer style are going away. All right, let's spray it. Here we go. Oh, hell. I like that. Opening is really nice. It's got a very slight green tinge around the edges, very citrusy, very fresh, slightly classy, a little grown up, not like a citrus that's overly sweet and youthful. As I said before, citron is the official top note, the official citrus. It does smell like maybe there's a little bit more going on than just that, but it doesn't come across like a really dirty citrus, so it doesn't tie in ultra close to the original Terre here, but it does have a little bit of that Terre DNA. Oh man, that is really good. It has this woodiness to it, but not a dirty, earthy woodiness. Minerality is more so just this kind of sparkle, almost tingles the nose to an extent when you smell it right up close. It's very fresh, it's smooth, but at the same time with this, like this fuzziness to your nose, almost like this little prickliness that you get when you get a big whiff, and I really like it. A slight iciness to it. Maybe that's the way to describe it actually, kind of a brisk, cooling facet when you smell it. I like that about 15,000 times more than H24. I know some people love H24, and if you do, awesome, more power to you. But with that one, it just was overloaded too much for me. It just really didn't smell pleasant. After the opening, it just smelled very thin and flat. The opening I liked of H24. That was good. But after that, downhill. I love Eau Fraiche. I think it's a wonderful scent. But I don't know. If the dry down on this is good, I think this is probably going to replace it. Yeah. This does definitely have more of a modern edge to it, which is not a surprise. It's brand new. So yeah, not a big shock there. It's not shocking anybody's pants off when I say, oh, it's more modern than the one that came out years ago. But that does potentially make this one a little bit more appealing, that it has that nice modern edge to it to go along with this classiness that it has and this really refreshing opening. A nice switch from some of the other summertime fragrances that are, yeah, very fresh, but then maybe sometimes they lean a little too sweet or a little too synthetic smelling or whatever. This is a nice meeting of a bunch of different worlds, and I like it a lot. This is good. I will forgive them for changing the top. I'm not sure how the wife will react to it. I'm gonna go have her check it out, see what she thinks. I'll have her smell the dry down, the opening. All right, I'm gonna have her check it out. I'm gonna let the dry down happen. I'll come back and wrap this up, but so far, so good, yes. The dry down she enjoyed, thought it was really nice, but the opening she loved. Really, really liked it. One of those deals where it actually stopped her in her tracks. So she gave it a big thumbs up, and I gotta say, I agree. So the opening, as I said before, it's very enlivening. It just kind of awakens your senses, has a little bit of a chilling effect to it. Very nice citron notes, citrusy, fresh, but at the same time, classy and not overly sweet, not heavy-handedly sweet. It has a little touch of tartness to it in the opening, but not as much as with something like Light Blue Forever. Now, I love Light Blue Forever. I've talked about that, but some people don't like how rindy that one can be. This one has a touch of that, but not as far down that path. And this isn't grapefruit anyway. It's more of a, I guess you could say, slightly lemony smelling. Comes across natural smelling in the opening. I think it might be my favorite opening of a new fragrance this year. It's that good. As it dries down, the juniper comes out more and it takes on kind of a gin feeling because of the juniper. So very aromatic, but still fresh with a woodiness in the base of the scent. Nowhere near as earthy as the original Terre d'Hermès. Like I said earlier, you can pick out a little bit of the DNA in there, but not too much. Maybe you could say there's a very faint earthiness. Maybe that would work. And even after the citrus steps back and it's not as prominent, that freshness of the scent still carries through into the mid, into the dry down. I think it smells fantastic. I'm loving this one so far. And even though this is still just my first wearing, I gotta tell you guys, I think even more so now than when I left before and let the fragrance dry down. I think even more so now that I would choose this over Eau Fraiche, and that's saying something. You might say that this one is a little bit simple in the way that it progresses through the life of the fragrance, but I think it just smells so nice the whole way through that I don't care. This is good. It's not every day that you get a fragrance that smells this classy and yet refreshing at the same time. Now, in terms of performance, is okay, but it doesn't seem to be anything to write home about. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible, so that's something. Kind of coming into the home stretch of the first time that I sprayed it on here. It's been on my skin for about 5.5 hours, so I would guess longevity there about 5 to 6 or so. And then projection is also what I would consider in the average range. It projects well enough that people can pick it up for the first hour and a half or so. After that, sits closer to the skin. But for this type of scent, I'll take that. I think it's good. Because with this fragrance, I wasn't expecting some apocalyptic, otherworldly performance, I wasn't expecting Terre d'Hermès Eau Givree to be something that's gonna last 24 hours and project unholily for 8. Unholily. I don't think that's a word. So the performance that I do get from it, I think is good enough. Does the job. So obviously you guys already know this one. I love this. I already shot my top 10 designer fragrances for summer video yesterday. So yeah, had I had this fragrance in and had a chance to wear it, it would be on that list and it would be way up there. I actually might have it as the #1 fragrance, designer fragrance for summer for me. So yeah, that video is already shot. It's already done. If it wasn't, this would be in there. So just let's all make believe that it is. Let's all make believe. So there we go, guys. The new Terre d'Hermès It lived up to my expectations. I think it exceeded them, actually. Big love right here. If you've smelled that, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.